Hi, my dear students. Today we are going to learn business, profession, and employment. It is comparison of business, profession, and employment. Already we discussed in our previous video about economic events and non-economic events and what is business and everything. As has been mentioned earlier, economic activities may be divided into three major categories. So these all are economic events. Non-economic events only for service motive, isn't it? Like sympathy, love, for that. But it is economic activities will be consist of these three categories. One is business, and next one is profession, and next one is employment. Business refers to those economic activities which are connected with the production or purchase and sale of goods or supply of services. Production and sale of goods and services, purchase and sale of goods and services like trade. Trade is a kind of business, isn't it? Services with the main objective to earn only profit, isn't it? People engaged to people engaged in business and income in the form of profit. So which are the incomes you are getting from the business that will be called as profit. Their motive is profit motive, not for service motive. So what they are doing in business, they are producing, they are manufacturing, they are purchasing the product for the purpose of selling, isn't it? For example, if it is manufacturing oriented activities, concern it is raw material will be purchased from somewhere and that will be converted into finished goods with the help of manufacturing department in the company, and that finished goods successfully will be sold to wholesaler. From the wholesaler, the business will get some amount, that is profit. Apart from that cost, over cost plus profit they will fix. So only for motive is profit motive. So what kind of income you are getting from business, that is profit, earning profit. What is profession? Profession includes those activities which require special knowledge we need, especially for profession, special knowledge like auditor, like our teacher, lawyer. So these are professionalists. And skill to be applied, very important. Their own skill and the subjective skill is essential. If you are an auditor, you have to complete CA, Chartered Accountant. Then you will be registered in Auditing Council, isn't it? By chance, if you are against your profession, you will not be continue as an auditor because that council will terminate you from auditing position. And lawyer council, bar council. So we'll discuss one by one. Skill. Skill to be applied by individuals in their occupation. Such activities are generally subject to guidelines or codes of conduct. Yes, of course, they are having code of conduct. So they are having some rules and regulations, guidelines, code of conduct laid down by professional bodies. Those engaged in professions are known as professionals. Whoever engaged in professions, they are professionals. So what are professional degrees? Like engineers, lawyers, doctors. So these are all chartered accountants. So these are all professional degrees. For example, doctor. We take doctor. Doctor are engaged in the medical profession. So doctor will be engaged in medical profession, isn't it? And engaged in medical profession. And are subject to the regulations of Medical Council of India. So what kind of rules and regulations prescribed by Medical Council of India, he have to implement and he have to follow that all the rules and regulations. The connected professional, the concerned professional body, similarly, lawyers are engaged in the legal profession. You take lawyers, they will be engaged in legal professions. Governed by the Bar Council of India. So Bar Council have some set of rules and regulations. So as per that, they have to do their work. By chance, if they fail to do their work, what they will do? They will terminate themselves, that particular person from that profession from Bar Council. And chartered accountants, you take chartered accountants. Chartered accountants belong to the accounting profession and are subject to the regulations of Institute of Chartered Accountant of India, ICAI. So they also have to follow the rules and regulations which was given by ICAI. And the third category is employment, isn't it? Employment refers to occupation in which people work for others and get remuneration. They are not working for them, they are not going to collect any fees, and they are not having any profit motive, but they are working for salary for others' benefit. In return, those who are employed by others are known as employees. So employers is giving employment opportunity to employees, isn't it? Thus, people who work in factories and receive wages, not only factories, many places they are working and they are receiving their remuneration as wages and salaries, etc. Okay, let's discuss about comparison of business, profession and the employment. Business, profession and employment. We are going to compare these three. First one, mode of establishment. Mode of establishment, entrepreneurs' decision and other legal formalities if necessary. You know, the business concerns like sole trader, partnership firm or company form of organizations or any cooperative society, whatever it is. The entrepreneur decision is very important. Especially that three business concerns like sole trader, partnership firm and company form of organization. So entrepreneur decision is final and other legal formalities if they have prescribed. If you are taking company form of organization, as per 2013 rules and regulations we have to follow. So likewise, if any formalities are there, that formalities will be followed by that entrepreneur. And profession, mode of contact, mode of establishment in profession, membership of a professional's body, like if lawyer, bar council, isn't it? If chartered accountant, ICAI. So membership of a professional body and certificate of practice. So that is very essential. This mode of establishment, certificate is important here. By chance, if one who did not study CA, if one who not yet passed CA, chartered accountant, they cannot continue as a chartered accountant. It is illegal. They have to have that certificate, prescribed certificate. If they are lawyer, they must have to complete LLB, isn't it? So likewise, employment, appointment letter and service agreement. Appointment letter from employer and service agreement, how many years he or she going to work in an organization or factory or somewhere. Okay. And nature of work. Second difference is nature of work. First difference, I hope you understood. Mode of establishment, that entrepreneurs can take decision and entrepreneurs have to follow, which are the rules and regulations prescribed by 2013. If it is company form of organization, if it is partnership, 1932. And if it is sole trader, no need to follow any rules and regulations, and they should not disturb public, and they should not produce any illegal products unsafe for public, isn't it? And professions, they must have to complete at least one professional degree, and they can be professional in that degree itself. And membership council will conduct them, and they will prescribe some rules and regulations. They have to follow all those things. And employment is an appointment letter. Appointment letter will be given by employer to employee, and service contracts, how many years they have to work. So this and that will be given by that employer to employee, isn't it? And next one is nature of work. What nature it is? Business, provision of goods and services to the public. Provisions of goods and services to the public. It is the nature of business. Whatever the business you take, they are depending upon public. That common people, customer have to consume the product. If consumer did not consume the product, how they can increase their sales promotion? How they can increase their sales? How they can promote their sales? Then if sales is not yet promoted, if no consumption about the particular product, how they can, which means how they can produce the product again. So business will be stopped entirely. So they are depending upon the public. So provision of goods and services to the public. So public is very important. And what they are doing, they are producing and selling the product to the public, isn't it? That is provision of goods and services to the public. And profession, you take rendering of professionalist, expert services. You take doctor. So you are approaching doctor. What doctor will do? He will check your body, and if you are affected by any diseases, he will make cure it. He will give some dose or some injections to you, isn't it? So rendering of professionalized expert services. Experts expert services will can given by expert only, isn't it? Others cannot give that expert services because they studied in it. If you're taking lawyer studied that particular degree or a BA, BL something or ML something, LLB, they studied something. If you're taking chartered accountant, they completed chartered accountant, and whatever the accounting mistakes they leave, they will be corrected in it, and they will submit to the auditing meeting and annual general meeting also report they will produce with the help of board of directors, isn't it? So expert services we can get from professionals. And employees performing work as per service contract or rules of service. So they are performing their work. What works are assigned by employer to employee, they will do their work as per service contract. How many years or how many months they have to be in that job. So that is service contract, and rules of service, how to do it, they will give some training to them, isn't it? And qualification, whether qualification is needed to start any business, no need. So no minimum qualification is necessary, but expert must have qualified expertise, and training is a specific field is must. If doctor, he should not complete only that MBBS. Apart from that, he have to practice with the patient also for training purposes. So they will practice with the dead bodies. Then only they can operate and do everything in our natural human body, isn't it? And employment, qualification and training as prescribed by employer. So qualification and training is prescribed by employer. What employer seeks, what employer is expecting. If employee have that kind of qualification, that member, that person will be appointed by employer. So qualification and training is depends upon that employer's needs and wants, employer's expectations, not needs and wants. And reward or return, reward or return. So from business, what we can get, profit we can get, isn't it? So business will give profit. As we have discussed already, whatever we are receiving from business, that income, that will be considered as earning profit. And professional fee, doctor fees, lawyer fees, auditor fees. So these are all fees, isn't it? Professional fees. And salary or wages. If you are an employee, you will get salary or wages. Wages means day to day. Daily, if you are getting daily wages. Weekly means weekly wages. If you are getting salary per month, monthly. Okay, and capital investments. Business-wise, capital investment is required as per size and nature of the business. If it is small scale industries or tiny scale industries or medium scale industry or large scale industry or bigger enterprises or MNCs, so depends upon the company, that capital also will differ. If it is tiny scale, only 2 lakh is enough, or 10,000, 15,000 is enough for working capital, isn't it? And if it is a medium scale industry, 1 crore or 5 crore is enough. If it is large scale industry, we need thousands and lakhs of crores, like Reliance, like Tata Consultancies, ITCs, isn't it? And professionals, limited capital needed for establishment. You just see that doctor, they are having some clinic, isn't it? So in that clinic, to construct the clinic and to run the clinic, they need some amount. So limited capital is essential. And employment, no need of any capital is requirement. No capital is required here, because already that person is employed. Already he got a job. Then why he have to invest his money in that job? No need, because he is getting salary. And risk, let's discuss about risk in business. Profits are uncertain and irregular. Risk is present. We cannot expect profit every time, all the time. We cannot expect profit all the time. Sometimes we have to bear some losses also. So risk always will be present. We are trying to sell our product to the consumer, but consumer is not ready to buy our product because some great competitors are there. They are buying competitors' product instead of our product. In market, our product is not selling in large value. In that situation, risk is high in the business. By chance, sometimes demand will be great. So equal to the demand, if you are supplying, there is no competitor. You are the monopoly in the market. But government came that rules and regulations for Monopoly Restriction Trade Practices Act in the year 1969. But monopoly, one who is monopoly in the market, they can get maximum profit. Isn't it? If you are the monopoly in the market, you can get maximum profit. And professionals. Fee is generally regular and certain. Some risk. Yes, of course. Doctor fees, auditor fees, and chartered accountant fees, engineering fees. So fees will be there. Fees is prescribed and it is regular, but sometimes risk also there. How risks is coming in under that category of professions? When the doctor or lawyer or any other professionalist couldn't do their work perfectly. So you pay the fees for lawyer, but lawyer lose the cases. What do you will see? Why you got money? You just return the money. But lawyer will not give. That will be considered as lawyer fees. Auditor also auditing fees, but they won't return the fees. But in that sense also they are having some risk, isn't it? And employment, fixed and regular pay, no risk. No risk over here. And fixed and regular pay, regularly they will give. So no need of any risk. They can get salary and how much amount already told by employer to employee, they will give that money. Okay. And apart from that, two more comparison also. Transfer of interest. Transfer of interest. Whether interest is transferable. Whether interest is transferable, I am asking you. Transfer possible with some formalities. When this business concern converted into, which means transferred to other parties. If you are selling your business, partnership, ABC or 3 are partners, the 3 are accepted to convert partnership into company form of organizations by law. So in that situation, it is transferring. And also if you are sole trader, you are transferring your business to someone else. So in this sense, we can transfer. Transfer is possible, but with some formalities we have to work it out. We have to follow rules and regulations. And the transfer is not possible in professions because he is the one and only expert in it. So he have to do whatever happen in it. So transfer is not possible in professional. At the same time, one who appointed by someone is employer, is appointed, employer appointed employee. Employee is appointed by employer. That employee is responsible and accountable to employer, isn't it? But employee cannot escape from employer. Employee cannot escape from employer. What sir, you are telling employer, employee. Employer means one who gave job to employee. One employee means one who appointed by employer, isn't it? And code of conduct. Last and final one, code of conduct. In business, no need to follow any code of conduct. No code of conduct is prescribed. And professional must be. Some code of conduct, ethics, rules and regulations, many things are there. So professional code of conduct is to be followed, must have to be followed. And this one wise, employee wise, norms of behavior laid down by the employer are to be followed. What employer says, so they have to obey employer's order, isn't it? So these are all the differences what we have discussed now. This is very useful for your life even. So you study generally, and I hope you understand. Stay tuned. Thank you.